Lots of preppers have a bunker or a shelter, or at least they wish they did. If you have a shelter or plan to build one, there are some things to consider. Depending upon the circumstances, you could end up staying in your home away from home much longer than anticipated. One important point that is often overlooked by many preppers is the fact that you may not be able to leave your shelter for some time. That for however long you had intended to stay in your shelter, you may be stuck inside for days, weeks, or even months at a time without being able to get out. No patrols, no farming, no running around, just sitting inside. This could happen. So here are some points to consider in no particular order. Number one, is there proper air circulation? Real simple. You've got to breathe. You need good ventilation, good filtration, and plenty of replacement filters. And you need to have your vents well protected and well hidden. Number two, do you have enough food? This one should be a no-brainer. You need to have enough food for the long haul. Imagine you may be trapped in the shelter for months. Do you have enough food to last? What about your pets? Are you planning to have an animal in the shelter with you? They have to eat too. Number three, do you have enough water? Even more important than the food, you need to have enough clean water for you, for the other people that might be in your shelter, and again, for your pets, if you will have any with you. Number four, what are your latrine plans? How will you deal with your human waste if you can't leave the shelter often or at all? If you can't maintain sanitary conditions, you won't have a good quality of life and you might become very ill. Number five, do you have something to occupy downtime? I know, a lot of preppers get on me for this one. They say, you'll be too busy for downtime. But you don't know what's going to happen, and downtime can be your biggest enemy, whether you're alone or with a group. If you can't keep your mind occupied, you will lose your mind. Number six, how will you manage food prep? So you have all this food. How will you prepare it? Do you have a safe and inconspicuous way to cook your food inside your shelter? If not, do you have foods that you can eat with minimal or no preparation? Number seven, how are you on power? Do you have a heat and light source for your shelter? Better yet, is it a quiet source? Remember, the quieter you are, the less of a chance there is of your drawing attention to yourself. Is your power source in a place where it might not be heard? Number eight, redundancy. How are you on backup supplies? Are you sure you'll have enough blankets, enough medical supplies, enough tools, or anything else you could run out of if you found yourself stuck for longer than expected? Number nine, emergency fortification and repairs. Basically, do you have a way to make repairs if your shelter were to be compromised or damaged? Could you stop a leak? Could you fix a hole or even barricade the door if necessary? Could you fortify your position in the shelter if it became damaged on account of a natural event or an attack? Speaking of which, number 10, shelter defense. If your shelter were to be attacked, would you be ready for it? I know a lot of people with shelters have done drills where they live in the shelter for a few days to test themselves, but have you ever run a drill with your shelter to determine how well you could defend it if you were discovered by someone hostile? Being ready for that could make all the difference. And you knew I had one more for you, didn't you? Call it number 11 if you will. Do you have a security system? Do you have something in place to alert you if people get too close to your shelter's location? One of the biggest things that's bragged about by would-be marauders on prepper channels is that if they came across a shelter, they would barricade it from the outside and block the air vents to kill the occupants. That being the case, your best defense is knowing when people are approaching so you can deal with them accordingly. I hope this list has gotten you thinking. If there's anything you would like to add to the list, please feel free to post it in the comment section down below. If you got something out of the video, please do give it a thumbs up and share it if you can. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out some of the other videos. You may find something interesting. Remember that I can be found on another channel called Coffee Talk. Look for me there. And if you would like to help out this channel, you can find links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and I sure do appreciate it. So that being said, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.